All right. Good morning, fellas. We are live on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook. Oh, LinkedIn also. But I got Jack Stewart and Harrison Trade Better 99 today. What's up, guys?
Morning.
Hey,
And
how's it going?
we're waiting for Prima Donna Curtis to hop on. I don't know what's going on with him, but hold on. Let me hit the go live on Instagram. There we go. All right. So how you guys been, man?
Good. Just make
Doing
a
good.
mad dash for the end of the year.
Yeah, hold on. I got to turn my volume down. Shit, I forgot to turn that. All right. And I can't believe you wore your Patriots hat though on a
I
live stream
did.
with us. You're gonna
Hey,
get us canceled, man.
they've won more games than my fantasy team has, so I'm still a fan.
that's 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 true. That's true. But
It's
yeah,
true.
today is just a fun one. We're gonna wrap up 2024. Heading into 2025. I'm just working on some new setups here. That's more what it was for. Just trying to figure out some camera stuff. But figured you guys had some stuff to talk about. I haven't had you on in a while, so maybe Jack. Looks like you're working on something right now. So. What are you doing right now, man? Or how are you ending 2024?
We're gonna start working on this eviction property unit. Hopefully, get something rolling with it, and we're just gonna start with start on projects, start wrapping things up. We got. I don't know if I include this in a driving with Jack episode, but we got the one unit in Butler rented out. So that just leaves this unit that I'm currently trying to work on as the only vacant unit. Also have another renovation project for 2025 to go through, but that one's going to be almost a complete overhaul. So that's going to be a much more in-depth one that's going to be on the channel a lot.
Cool. We'll get into that driving with Jack real soon. But I see Harrison is wearing his shirt. I just got mine. I would have worn mine, but I figured Harrison was going to wear his, so
Oh, I
Harrison
will.
can show that off. But that is the old rat T-shirt that Frank Old Guy REI is trying to sell and raise some funds for the Blind Center. So go check out Frank's YouTube channel in the comments and the PayPal link for the shirt. So, you know what? Since you're sitting down, I'll show the back of it though. So
Oh
this is
yeah,
what
go
the
for that.
back looks like. So it's I found my tribe, right? So let's see. Can you see that? Yeah. So anyone that wants to pick it up, hit up Frank. Go check it out. Help out a good cause. But yeah, Jack. So what is driving with Jack? What the heck is that all about? Hmm.
He looks like he's with the contractor still.
Oh, yeah, are you at the? Okay, all right. We'll go with you then, Harrison. So how are you ending 2024, man?
Sure. My tenant made an 11th hour deposit, so they are staying put. There is no eviction going through, which is good. I'm happy to have them. And then the next part I'm looking for is for 2025, looking for a package deal for real estate. I asked Chris for the Saturday live that it looks like there's a lot more maybe agents that are looking to do package deals with their properties. I'm seeing two, three properties, and right now there's one property my realtor gave me that it's interesting. It's not the best area, but it's a great cash flow deal. And then I'm also looking at the other property, which is actually much better. So I'm trying to see what I can get for that after the walkthrough.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want to say what's up to Max stopping by on Instagram. So thanks, man. But cool, man. How's I know you were talking about eviction, right? Or how?
Yeah.
So that's how you're ending 2024 also?
Actually, no. The eviction has been saved right now. The tenant put in their rent, 11th hour. It's one of those where, okay, you've made it, but we're not going to do this again. So I know it's the end of the year, and I don't know how it is for your properties, but apparently in the Akron area, it's very popular. So December is always late. Sometimes they miss it.
Somebody was just talking about that, I believe. I can't remember where. Was it in school? Somebody was talking about
Yeah.
a late payment because of Christmas. I'm gonna let Curtis in here as long as he does not talk about the Seattle Bears game on Thursday. But hold on, let me let him in here real fast.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna mute you. How you been, man? It's been a while.
Good. Been good. I had some issues with my like logins stuff, but I am doing great.
All
I'm
right.
on
So,
break.
if you haven't been paying attention, we're kind of just talking about ending 2024. This is more. I'm just goofing around with some camera setup and stuff. But this is for you guys to talk about 2024, how you're going to head into 2025, what you're working on. But yeah, if you haven't heard, Harrison's working on some deals. His eviction kind of worked itself out. So how are you ending 2024, Curtis?
Oh, it's great. I just had a very unique binder strategy that was successful in my duplex. It was very interesting because I had partitioned off a bedroom, reintegrated it into the main house, and so had to binder strategy them from a 2-bedroom rent to a 3-bedroom rent, and it was kind of a big jump. So I thought, oh, they're going to probably leave. And when I went to go do the actual like the binder, like they actually walked them through it, they had that COVID. So like we had to do it over the phone. So it was very weird. But they're like, okay, so what does a 3-bedroom like go for? They jumped straight to it. And then I told them it was like $800 more. And then they're like, okay, that works.
Okay.
Okay. And so got that done. They paid on the first. So that was a big win. I said, okay, are they gonna pay? And then they did. But during the rehab process of the space that I like lived in, it took way longer than expected. Like a handyman, he bailed or he would no call, no show. And so it wasn't until like the middle of the month until like everything got done, because like the window that I thought needed some paint around it actually needed to be like replaced. So I actually hooked them up with a gift card because it just kept prolonging. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, we got a lot of people popping in. Janitor on fire. What's up, man? I think he was referring to yours, Trey, but he said Christmas or rent.
I know.
Oh, I
question.
think that's for the eviction for the tenant. Yeah. We got
Right.
Hugo stopping by. Hey, Homes and Hustles is here. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a while. We have a lot of people asking when you're coming back on. MJ was on the live the other day asking when you'll be back on. But cool, yeah. Is Jack? Oh, I don't know where Jack must have hopped off. He's not in the background anymore. Okay, cool. Yeah. So she says, I guess my camera setup looks good. I got 2 monitors now, so I'm trying to play around with that. So now I don't have to goof around with opening different things up. Amberly Walls. All right. Do y'all sit down and pee together too? Let's see. Who is she referring to? Well, thank you for stopping by. Who? Any of you know her?
No.
Wow. Thanks for stopping by anyways. What else you guys want to talk? How are you guys heading into 20? What are you looking for in 2025? What do you guys think the market's going to do? Or are you guys going to stick with real estate? You guys looking in other asset classes?
I'm actually looking at commercial real estate. So that's been something interesting. So I'm looking for at least the residential for the first part of 2025. And this is probably going to go into 2026. But there's a lot of storage space. There's a lot of commercial items in the area that for companies looking to onshore for either store or build factories, I'm kind of going that way. It's all of a sudden Ohio sounds very exciting. I mean, it may not be in Akron or Cleveland, but maybe a little bit further south. But there's some very interesting ideas for companies that are saying, hey, we need a new manufacturing hub. We need a new place. And that's what Ohio was great for before the 80s and 90s. And because just trucking roads and quick access to everything. So I'm kind of exploring that idea for 2025.
What
That
about you, Curtis?
that is different. Is there anybody in the ORAT community that does stuff like that more that almost sounds like industrial?
I don't know yet. I'm about to go ask. It's there's Kevin who we talked to last week who does self storage, but I've never seen anything for industrial storage yet. So that's something that's piquing my interest.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I'm actually going more into the real estate world. Yesterday, I had my last football clients. Normally, on like the weekends, I'll do those. But I actually told them, hey, I'm gonna put that on pause, and currently in the process of trying to get my like my license, and so I'm not exactly sure what that will look like. Kind of got the ball like rolling there, talking to some brokers about kind of what that could be, and we'll go from there.
That's exciting.
We're getting a lot of people tuning in here that I've never seen. Aloha, all of you. And yes, Yogi Bear. I've heard that's not the first time I've heard that. Everyone thinks I wear eyeliner, but that's just my eyes, man. But thanks for stopping by. Yes, Hugo. I'm almost at 700 subscribers. So all these new people tuning in today, don't forget to subscribe. And also check out Hugo's Stay Winning podcast. I think he just hit 3,000 subscribers. So go check it out. He's doing some cool stuff out there. I'll try to find his link, but also go check out Curtis, PE turned RE. Go check out his YouTube channel, and Jack's Business Talk was here. He's doing a walkthrough right now, but go check out his YouTube channel. And let's see who else. What is 9 times 4 equal?
36.
They're testing us right now, I think, in the comments.
Wow.
But yeah, and if you guys haven't heard too, I've just put out a reel on Instagram. I think it's on Facebook also, but Aaron from First Responder Financial Freedom was talking. He said Crocs were banned in his firehouse or his fire department. The chief put out a because too many guys were wearing it on calls. Like they would just not change their footwear and would have their Crocs on.
Wait. Like they go out to a job in Crocs?
Yeah. So I guess, maybe it comes in as a medical or something. And they would just not change, because it kind of looks like shoes, right? If you're not really paying attention, maybe if you have socks on, right? So, and guys would go out on the calls with it. And let's see what else we got here. You guys need to look and make it look like the Brady Bunch. Yeah. Hey, Homes and Hustles is still here. So let me know if you want to hop on, because everyone's always asking where you're at. So, and if you haven't heard, Lauren had a good episode on, what was it, Saturday maybe? Yeah, she had 2 date proposals, 1 marriage proposal. It was a wild one. Joe V says no Crocs. Oh, we have Amelia here. Aloha, Amelia. Where's all these people coming from? But thanks for stopping by. What else you guys want to talk about? I mean, you think 2025 has better potential than 2024?
I'm excited. I could probably get one deal done for sure. Gonna try to stretch myself and make more creative and like offers, and kind of get into that space and hopefully land 2 deals.
Your audio, can you guys hear? Curtis cut out on me.
Oh, I heard him.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So what kind of deals are you looking for? Are you looking for more multifamily, single family, or value added?
In this area, if it's like a long term, it's kind of only like the multi will work. Now, if there was like a single family that maybe like the numbers were close, but there was a lot of equity on the back end, then that could work. But I don't really foresee that. But probably like the multi.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for too. I would say, even in my market, single family usually could cash flow pretty well. It still does, but it's actually tough getting renters in there now. And so, I mean, it's just because I mean, 1,400 a month for rent, and most of them are maxed out at maybe 1,000, 1,100. So getting a smaller multi to one, it's between 850 and 950. That's right in their, sweet spot of rents. So it's been weird. It's one of those where I've been speaking to other people about saying, oh yeah, I'm really excited to get back into the single family homes, and no one's really. I mean, I'm not seeing those move as much right now.
Yeah, because probably, although I'm not sure the price points over there, but so
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. If they could afford the 1,400, they could probably buy their own.
Right. Yeah. I mean, houses, I would say on the mid size are about 150 for like a 3-2. And so it's right on that fine line of, well, if I could stretch a little bit, I'd rather just buy the house. So, and most folks are usually, younger working age that are in my area. So it's more of saying, hey, I'm just going to be here for a short time. So.
Mm-hmm. Have you looked into like the mid or short term there?
I have. It's not popular enough to really justify it. It's not like where, in your area where you could actually get to Seattle or other parts of the sound. You're just, my area is like, hey, there's the Browns, there's the Cavaliers. So,
yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
There we go. Rob 420's here. Hey, make sure before you leave, at least hit the like button. But he says, oh man, no, Lauren, I'm out of here. Yeah. So just at least hit the like button before you leave. But thanks for stopping by. But yeah, let's see. There was a question from Troy. He says, hey guys, what was the one thing you did not see coming during the 2024 in your real estate journey?
Oh, I guess I'll go first. Yeah. This was my first year of owning a rental property. So everything was unexpected. I was thinking, oh yeah, easy, 300-400, no fixes or minor fixes. Yeah. I replaced a plumbing system, electrical panels. It was expensive, but you're saying that's been the conversation that Dion, Matt, and Super have been having about, are you losing money for these fixes or planning? That was all very unexpected for the first year for me. So,
yeah, I would say two things. One, more like the practical of I had a lot of projects going on simultaneously because it was the first time I've had multiple properties and different systems, and so I just had a lot of repairs. Some anticipated, some not so much. So that was a surprise, and then also what was surprising is that being like recognized at events now, because I've been going for a year plus now, and the people are like, oh yeah, you're so and so, you do this and that. I'm like, yep, that's me, and then so that's kind of been a cool part too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hugo, yeah, I'm still using Restream. I guess Hugo switched over from StreamYard to Riverside. Yeah, I heard good things about Riverside also. Let's see. VT, the big bad beard says, how can I get $5 million? Oh, it moved. $5 million invested in a startup fast. Don't want to let go of more than 15% equity. Ooh, fat. Well, I think it's really just networking, right? I mean, it really just comes down to who's in your network and how it's kind of just an ongoing process, right? You're constantly networking and building your Rolodex of who your contacts are, and hopefully, you can put out there what you're doing and have proof of some success, and that you can find people that want to invest or put money in what you're working on. Are either of these guys one of the guys you mentioned in your previous stream when I had asked about investing in. No, unfortunately, Rob, Curtis is in the Pacific Northwest area, and Harrison he's in Virginia, but he invests in Ohio. But I will, if you are on X, find me on X, and I will send you Jack's contact, who's also on X, who does land investing. Let's see. Cool. Troy is still here. His Chiefs are still somehow winning. I don't know, paying off the refs, but same here for him. He said first year buying out of state and self-managing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds tough.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Curtis, you bought your tickets, right, for the ORAD event, right?
Yeah, now it's the process of trying to get the flight and the lodging. I've had a few folks ask me, "Oh, do you want to bunk up with us, or we can split air?" And to be honest, I don't think I want to do that because at the end of the day, I think I would be kind of peopled out, and so I kind of want my own space. So trying to get that logistics down.
Well, you don't even need a place with a shower, though, right? You just VT asks again, do you guys do capital raising? I think, Curtis, that might be something you're slowly starting to look into, right?
Yeah. So I'm kind of building some private money like lenders, and but I haven't used them yet. But I do know some that if I needed funds for a down payment or deal, I could probably call them and we can work the deal out. Yeah.
What about you, Harrison? Is that something you want to dabble in?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to dabble in for, especially the commercial properties. If I can make it work on paper and then just works, I'm all for it. I haven't found a place that I liked yet, but it's one of those that, like I said, I'm planning for maybe 2026 for things to really kick in, because I'm kind of anticipating private money to be on the slower side for maybe newer ventures. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I looked too much into. It's just not what I'm focused on right now. But definitely, I think as far as raising capital, I mean, that's a great way to accelerate your growth and your portfolio. And even if you want to be the one lending money out, that's another opportunity for people out there. If they're, if they have a busy W-2 and they just have funds that they want to have invested, right? So I think there's a lot of opportunities out there, I think, but like we always talk about, it really comes down to just networking, right? And putting yourself out there and kind of showing people what you're doing and be willing to connect with people. Let's see. Troy says, what would you guys have done differently knowing what you know now?
Yeah, so for my current triplex that I'm in, I would have probably negotiated the price down a little bit more, knowing what needed to be done. That for sure. And then at the duplex, probably would have started the rehab there a little earlier, and checked the window seal, because the whole thing had to be like replaced. It just was like rotted out, but I had no idea.
yeah, I would follow up with you on that. For my duplex, I definitely would have negotiated down a little bit more. It was one of those where I still got a disrespectful offer, but I still felt like I still need to put more work into it than it had, or that it was originally assessed for. So that's really one thing. And then also just making sure that I had the right contractors right away for certain items that were not perceived, especially for drainage. Water is always a thing that you always got to plan for. And because the water comes into my property, I'm like, oh, I did not see that happening right away. So that will definitely be for my next property.
All right. We got Jack back. Did you finish talking with your contractor or your walkthrough? Or?
Yeah, I finished talking with him. I saw the internet somehow kicked me out, and then it really took. I was kind of in the background, and it really took a dump on me and just kicked me out altogether. So I just figured I'd finish talking to him real quick and then hop back on.
All right, whatever works, man. I mean, this, like I said, this is for you guys today. I'm just goofing around here with the trying to get my setup. So, if you haven't heard, Harrison and Curtis are kind of talking about what they might do, from what they've learned in 2024, or would they do anything different, or how are they heading into 2025? And VT, I did see your chat or your message, so yeah, hit me up. We can always talk. He said, let's connect. And but yeah, Jack, what about you, man? What kind of learning did you do in 2024, you think?
I think the biggest thing for me is just learning to always expect more in your reserves and stuff, because that fourplex I bought kind of strapped me a little bit tighter than I thought I was going to. That's why I had to pick up and just reroute and just redo everything I had planned. But I think honestly, my job kind of prepared me for that, because working a factory job, we're constantly bouncing and switching plans last minute and stuff. So having to uproot everything, everyone around me is going, I can't believe you have to do all this. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm just like, it's just what I do on a daily basis, really.
Cool. And then we know we were gonna talk a little bit about before you started talking to contractor, but you mentioned Jack's driving with Jack. What is that all about?
Well, that's usually where I'm not paying attention to the camera at all, and I'm driving along and talking about some random topic of the day, or something from the previous day that inspired a topic, or even just talking about just catching up real quick on what I'm excited about and working on that week.
Cool. So here's Jack's YouTube channel in the comments. So go subscribe. We're trying to get him to a certain amount of subscribers so he can start doing some live streams also. So go give him some support. And you were also just on Michael Zuber's One Rental at a Time channel. So how was that?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I always enjoy talking with Zuber.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys really started getting into the YouTube side towards the end, as far as, sticking with it, finding your niche, being consistent. So I'm seeing a lot of videos for you daily now. Is that kind of the route that you're going?
Yeah, it's not too hard for me to do daily content. What I am going to do a little bit though is shift gears a little bit. I'm not going to post as many driving with Jacks per se. So like if I have a video coming up on that day already, like a longer form content, I think I'm going to skip the driving with Jack that day, because what I was hearing from a lot of people is that with the driving with Jacks, with the regular content and the shorts and stuff, it's just too much. So I think I'm just going to post the driving with Jacks on days I don't have content. And if I work those days and I have a good topic, I'll just record it and schedule it for the next day.
All right. Well, yeah, everyone out there, go subscribe, go give Jack some support. And I think you had an interview. You did something with Harrison and Hyder, right, the other week.
Yeah, that was a real fun one. I really enjoyed that one. I was telling Harrison before we went live, I really need to work on my facial expressions, because as All Nighter Hyder was talking, it looks like I'm tired or exhausted or I'm drunk or something. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there just kind of memorized by what he's saying. He's talking about commercial fishing and stuff. And I could have sat there and listened to him talk all day about it, but I look like I'm about ready to fall asleep on the live stream or the podcast.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful. There's some of Curtis, I think, in my old videos that he's like falling asleep on them. I forgot to mention that to him. Like I was trying to edit some clips for some reels, and his eyes are like closed.
There's one video, like I usually like to try and make shorts out of all the longer form contents. There's one with Frank, Old Guy REI, Mikey, and myself. I did 3 shorts out of that whole hour and a half conversation. I was like, I can't even stand looking at myself.
Well, VT says, if we can grow that mustache, we can grow your channel, Jack.
Yeah, you need 9 more. 9 more.
9 more. So anyone out there, go subscribe to Jack's channel. Hyder, yep, Hyder said that was fun. So Yeah, Hyder had an interesting lot. Well, he wasn't. He was in the chat the other week, but he was fighting off some people in the comments on when Lauren was here. So he had his work cut out for him that day. But yeah. So what else do you guys want to talk about? I mean, like I said, anything 2025, Jack? What are you sticking with the same asset class or anything else you're looking at?
I might switch. I might switch temporarily. I'm not saying I'm giving up my asset classes. It's kind of my bread and butter, but I might switch to adding some other stuff, which is the one thing that Zuber wanted me to talk about on his channel. We took so many left turns, we never got to it. But pretty much.
I'm not surprised, Jack.
Well, ADHD kicks in, and you just get too crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys caught Zuber's daily financial today. So he was kind of talking about that because I think someone posted that in school, right? About like Zuber's journey, right? He started in single family homes. I think he went to multis and he went back to single family homes and or vice versa or something like that. But anyways, he was talking about there's no asset class that he's kind of committed to. It's more just where the best yield is, and so he's always willing to pivot. Are you guys based in the US? Oh, of course, America first, man. I don't know. I don't know where you're from, VT, so maybe not, but yes, all America here. None of us are in California. I'm close to in Hawaii, and Curtis is close in the Pacific Northwest to being out of the country. But
Yeah, I was thinking about buying some single family homes because where I bought the fourplex, there's a ton of houses that just need lipstick remodels that are selling for like anywhere from like 45 to 60K. And for what rents go for, I should be able to cash flow about $500 to $600 a month.
Whoa, that's great.
nice.
I
Well,
was honestly and what I was going to do is instead of putting down the typical like 25% down, I was thinking about switching it up and just putting down the regular amount that it would cost for a duplex. So I'd have, not including closing costs, but like probably close to 50% equity from the bat, right from the very get go, and just grind it out and have like try to get the properties paid off in like less than 5 years and use it as like a reserve thing. So in the future, if I want to sell them and pay off other properties, or just use it as like an emergency fund if I need money right now to pull a HELOC against them.
What's
V-
the lipstick on a pig type cost there? Like how do you
What do you mean?
price it out? Do you do like, oh, if it's lipstick, it's like $50 a square foot, or kind of when you run your numbers there?
Oh, when I say lipstick on a pig, it's just it'll be about 10K or less.
Okay.
So it's just going to be flooring, paint, maybe either a furnace or a hot water heater, and I plan on doing the roof in like 5 years, which I'm not including that in the 10,000 just to get rent ready. But typically these are like 800 square foot houses, and the one roofing company that I use, they're Mennonites, and typically a house that size for the past I don't know how many years, 5 or 6 years since I've been using them, and some of my family's using in the past, something like that. It'll be right around $5,000 or $6,000. So you figure I'll probably have 15 or so, like 15 to 20 wrapped up into it all together. And at that point, I'll basically be ready to go for like the next 20 years. And that's 15 or 20 I can spread across 5 years.
Mm-hmm. So you're not using cedar shingling then? Are you using just aggregate or?
No, steel roof.
Still, oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
I only put the steel roofs on anymore. Because for the price to have them come in and do it, I haven't had anyone that can touch them on an asphalt roof.
Oh wow. That's really cool.
And it's just a lot better product. It's a 50-year guarantee, no questions asked roof. They give you warranty papers and all that kind of stuff. They even say that if they're not in business, that the supplier will hook you up with another roofing company. But he's like, there's gonna be someone in the family that owns this. He's like, my son is already taking ownership of it. He's like, my nephew is already. It looks like it's gonna be a partnership between the two of them. So he's like, right there, you're guaranteed another 30 years after I'm gone, and he's like, I'm planning on doing it for like another 30 years. So that's 60 years. He's like, are you still going to be investing it in 60 years? I was like, I'll be 90 some years old. No. I was like, these places will all be gone. I was like, I might even be gone.
Troy said that's huge value, Jack. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure I've even heard of steel roofs. It's not really like popular here.
No. When I lived in
They're
Oregon,
gaining popularity.
yeah.
Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Harrison.
Okay, yeah. When I lived further south in Oregon, they actually really said no to them. Even you would say that the 50-year roof would make sense. I got quoted, I think, $45,000 for something ridiculous because they just didn't want to do it. So yeah, there's some sort of what was it? It was some sort of planning that you have to do.
Jack, you got to be able to read from far away. You don't have to. but the question is, what kind of insulation are you guys dropping in?
I'm farsighted, but my gosh, it's like 6-point font or something.
You probably scared half the viewers just now.
I'm trying to pick my nose hairs out, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, you guys can. What kind of insulation are you guys dropping in? Question from VT.
Honestly, it depends on where it's at. Like in the ceilings and stuff, I just use the fiberglass stuff. Walls mostly fiberglass. So for Cynthia's property, for those of you that don't know, she invests in real estate as well, but she does a different strategy than what I do. She does live-in house hacks where she lives in a place and she remodels the whole thing, and then she'll enjoy it for a couple of years and then move to another place and she rents out the one she was in. That's what she does. We've been talking about, because it needs to be resided on one side, and there's not very good insulation between you and the person next to her. It's a townhouse. So we're talking about maybe doing spray foam insulation, and we're trying to find a company that will actually shoot insulation into the bedrooms to kind of seal that off so it's not as loud and noisy in between or when you're trying to sleep at night. Because the people over there, she can work whenever she wants. She works from home and makes her own hours and stuff. He works a similar schedule to me where it's just straight night shifts. But it's the complete opposite of Cynthia. So like Cynthia ends up staying awake because he's playing video games. And his wife ends up staying awake on days that he's not there because I'm up listening to music or something. And it's not even like it's loud, like it's not loud by any means, but it's just that horrible insulation. Like I think it's just drywall, some studs, and just more drywall. Well, like I'm seriously thinking it's just that.
Wow.
I gotta find that article again. I think old guy REI may have sent it to me, but there was something about spray insulation, lenders being leery of lending on properties with sprays. I forgot. I gotta look for the article again. But that
Okay.
was something that was
Yeah.
no. I think it was just something new that was popping up that lenders were starting to look at what type of insulation was being used on these properties and things like that. Right there. Oh, maybe it was Joe V. Joe V may have sent it to me. So he
Yeah.
said spray foam insulation has had a lot of issues with insurance companies lately,
Right.
specifically in the Ukraine, but more and more in the U.S. Just be careful. Yeah. So see,
Yeah.
I pay attention to what Joe sends to me once in a while, even though he sends me so much shit about the Bears and the Packers. But I did want to kind of touch on because you three, I think you guys all bought your tickets. You guys are attending the ORAD event in February. But what's your guys' thoughts on hearing Zuber mention that ticket sales are slow? He's going to be dropping the seat count from 400 to 300. Are
Shit.
you guys? What are you guys thinking about? Jackie killing me, man. But what do you guys? What's your guys' thoughts on that?
I'm not really surprised from the sound of it. I've heard a lot of people talk about how it's at the same location. A lot of the speakers were kind of unknown there for a bit. Kind of a hard sell if someone it doesn't even know what they're going to pay for. I also know some people they may only go on one trip, and I know Carson has an event the week before, and so I'm just not sure if it has the same hype as the first one.
What? I gotta. All right, Harrison. What about you? What's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I also think that there's also a lot more insecurity in the market next year, so I'm sure people are probably watching their money a little bit more. It was something I was really excited for because I missed last year, and so I was like, I'm coming. I'm going either way. I know Carson is like what 4 or 5 hours drive from where I live, but I was still like, I have a newborn. I can't make 2 trips, so Vegas was my one shot for the year.
Cool. Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you, Jack? What's your thoughts on hearing about ticket sales being kind of slow and whatnot?
I mean, I'm not really surprised at all. Basically, for all the same reasons that Curtis said. I know Zuber's trying to keep it special and surprises and stuff with his guests and all. But I think if people don't know what they're getting, then they're going to be hesitant to buy.
Definitely. That's kind of a lot of what I'm hearing from a lot of people that went the first time. They're just, like you said, the same venue. Speakers are kind of unknown. A lot of the speakers, they already kind of get the same contact, on the lives every week, right? So I get it, but we were kind of also talking about I kind of I'm glad that it might be a smaller amount of people. It won't be as because 300 seemed kind of perfect last year, like right around.
I was kind of concerned about that too, and it's because of something you talked about before, Mark. And I don't know if I was part of it or if you were just talking about it in general, but you said last year you got to kind of meet everyone, talk to everyone, and stuff. And I was thinking, well, with 400 people going, I may not get to meet everyone that I wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely a smaller event might be better, right? Especially for I guess the kind of crowd or audience that Zuber attracts. It might be just more people trying to just talk story and whatnot. Yeah, Josh also says 300 is the perfect amount. But just quickly going back to there's a couple questions or from VT talking about the and Joe responding about the oh shoots, where did the questions go? About the installation. They were talking about why it's such a concern, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can't pull it back.
Right.
Yeah, and then VT says dangerous long-term health effects. It's cheap
Right.
to do though. In Australia, if you hit 30 degrees Celsius, it can shrink and chemical release. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That was a big thing for us because for my primary, we were doing our crawl space installation and we had the choice of spray foam or doing rock wall. And we did with rock wall because we actually were told that we could not be in the house within at least 24 to 48 hours if we did spray. And there could be, the lingering smell / chemical-y smell for a long time. And yeah, they said don't do it. And could raise insurance rates later on. even though it's cheaper. So
And I believe Josh said he's not gonna make the event this year.
right.
But yeah. VT
I
also
think
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think though since he had to downsize to 300 though that it may put a nail in the coffin as far as him trying to do an East Coast one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think like Curtis mentioned, right? Like some people it's because it's at the same place, they didn't really want to go or
Right.
not as interested. So I think part of that has some impact on people's decisions. VT does have a question. He says, wouldn't Trump raise the market hype? Perfect, Curtis. Politics and real estate, Curtis. Your favorite.
Yeah, that's what I'm known for. This actually came up during the holiday time because my family knows that I'm in like the real estate world, and they're like, "Oh gosh, with Trump, I don't know what I'm going to do with my house or whatever." And so I think it's actually it could help, but it could also kind of hinder until folks really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I follow you with that. It's one of those where I think there's a really big sugar high, and it's going to go all the way till January, maybe a little bit, probably till March. But until businesses show that they're being profitable, I think there's going to be a crash there somewhere, but maybe not as long as maybe originally thought. But there needs to be something to help push the economy up that beyond just Trump winning.
Jack, any thoughts before I say my part about Trump?
I don't know. I mean politics to me and economics. I know we're all a part of it, but I think on the grand scheme of things, I really highly agree with Simon, uneducated economist, where you're in control of basically your own personal economy and your own destiny, and that's why, honestly, for me, I don't know if I really cared who got in office. I mean, I had my preference, obviously, but I wasn't going to let who or the economy or anything else change how I invested by any means.
Yeah, totally agree. I think the one thing I would just say is I think just the overall kind of impact as far as the majority of people of how they're gonna act. Like to me, you can see it and feel it out there. There's people that are just more opportunistic or kind of optimism out there right now, right? Like they can kind of just feel it, right? Is people are just feeling that Trump is a businessman. He's gonna probably make things a lot easier to maneuver in. Is all his things going to work? Probably not. But I think it's more just the attitude that people are just feeling that there's probably more sense of direction, right? I think with the last administration, there was just so much, you didn't really know where they stood on anything, right? So it was kind of hard in a sense to operate because you didn't know if they were going to lean this way, they're going to lean that way. So I think with Trump, it's like you say, it's not so much if you agree with what he's saying, it's at least you kind of have a understanding of where he stands on things, right? So you can start maneuvering a certain way because I have a feeling Trump is very real estate heavy. So I'm going to maybe lean in that direction because it might be a little more favorable in that sense. So I think it's just like Jack, you mentioned, like Simon, uneducated economists. Like you said, it's more just you controlling your own destiny and not getting so caught up in politics. But it's just a matter of, I think it's just people are feeling more hope right now, and I think that's going to help the market or help people operate. Um, Yep, Hyder says great answer, Jack. Josh, loved it last year. I got some help stuff keeping me out. Trump is better than the alternative, but we each, yep, exactly. Yeah, kind of exactly what I kind of touched on, Josh, right? I mean, at least I think Trump, like I said, it's just at least you kind of know where he stands, right? Or know where his administration stands on things. So that's a big thing. USA is going to win big, VT says. Hold on. Let's see. The Blackish Cracker. Hold on. Are you telling me these guys up here worried about the economy? We're always worried
I
about
wouldn't
the
say worried.
economy. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I don't think any of us want to see it crash.
No.
I,
But I would
I know
definitely
Mark would
say
be
that it's
devastated
prepared.
if the Croc.
Crocs aren't going to go down, man. They have a grip hold on our teenagers. Holy smokes! I think half the kids at my school have them. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm wearing them right now, so that's how I do it. Yeah. But I would definitely not say I'm worried about it. It's one of those things. You're right, Mark. I would have said that probably this last administration was looking for something to cause gridlock, and I think that probably the next administration will be looking for some sort of gridlock. But at least what we're seeing now, I don't know, but it looks like there's a plan for at least someone moving forward. At least someone having an idea. It may not work, but at least there's a plan.
hold on.
That's what I'm
I'm
investing.
trying to
for.
just
Go ahead.
you guys can keep. I'm just trying to figure out what the Blackish Cracker is asking. Just trying to. Oh, did it crash in 2016? I'm just trying to figure out if y'all are going off of history or emotion. I used to work. Yep, he said he used to do work in
Yep.
Crocs. All right, man. See, he must be super smart then if he wears Crocs. Was the yield curve inverted in 2016?
I don't think so. The market actually went up 2016 all the way to 2018, where there was a mild bloop like recession, where there was less hiring, the markets weren't growing as much, and 2019 and went well. 2020 was the one where it kind of waffled until the pandemic started, and then the market just exploded the other way. So I saw one of the comments saying Tesla is like, yeah, I mean, that was kind of the funny thing about with Trump winning right now is like Tesla stock went parabolic. And I'm excited about that, but I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't know. I'm trying to follow what he's saying as well.
Yeah, I think he's just saying maybe we're coming off thinking that the economy may crash. I think maybe that's the vibe he's getting from us. I think
Maybe.
yep, the trades are. I think the trades are coming back.
Yep.
I think he's in electric HVAC plumbing and he's in Texas Roadhouse. He says, "Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out Curtis's channel, PE turned RE, and also Jack's Business Talk channel. So thanks for stopping by. You're always welcome here, man." But Hyder says, "Yeah, there's lots of shaky metrics in the economy. It's not sound for sure." VT also says 2019, 2022 flopped. Yeah, there's some difficult times, I think, right? I mean, it also depends too a little bit because rates were still very low at that time, so I think people were still making moves. Money was a little bit free and cheap at that time, so there was sectors that it was kind of challenging. I'm sure. Improve your Tesla stock because he's about to release robots. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, going back to VT though, it's like I would almost challenge to say 2019 versus 2022 flopped because it was. I mean, it kind of differentiates. What was your mindset back then? Were you in the renter class? Were you just thinking about surviving and just hoarding, or were you actually putting your stuff into the market? Because I mean, people became millionaires and billionaires in that time. I mean, 2022 was where it kind of went down, but 2020 to 2021, beginning 2022, it was good earnings.
Yeah. I got on the tail end of that on 2022. I mean, my interest rate at the time was 4.1. So I don't know when I'm going to get that again, if ever, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a text message. I was just trying to figure this out. Hyder says most tradesmen are old now. Few kids have the ambition to learn. I'm at fault too. I haven't exactly, Hyder. I think that's the a lot of us, like, we were kind of pushed away from it for so many years. I mean, Curtis, you guys are. I mean, you guys are all of you are a little bit younger than me, so it's like I think I'm not sure it was how for you folks, but for me it was like almost like taboo to want to head down that route when I was heading into college. It was kind of like you have to go to college or you're never going to find a job. Almost you were kind of brainwashed into that thinking. But I definitely see the trades coming back. So if you're on X, follow me on X. But there's a lot of people on X talking about the trades, and even Zuber's been talking about that quite a bit. So yeah, I definitely think it's coming back. Josh did make a good point though. Insurance costs need to be fixed right now. I think from a real estate investing perspective, I think that's impacting a lot of people, and that's going to be kind of the big hurdle for 2025. Have you guys seen a big bump in your guys' insurance?
Yeah, and it's so tough too, especially because there's not like a one size like fits all. Like there's so many factors that go into it. It's hard to even compare at times, or if you want to like change over, it's such a process.
Oh, and we got the tradesman popping in right now. Kyle, blue collar landlord. So he was on the live shoots. I don't even remember. It might have been yesterday. But yeah, yesterday. But
Yesterday,
Kyle's
yeah.
doing some cool stuff, man. So go check him out on Instagram. Let me see if I can find his channel. I'll put it in there. But check him out. He's doing cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever else you guys want to talk about, maybe a few more minutes because I forgot. But Zuber in the school community is having a live with Brian Adamson, I believe, in about
Oh, yeah, I wanted
five
to see
minutes.
that one.
Yeah, so I completely forgot about that. So if you haven't joined school, come check it out. There's a lot of good stuff going on there. I believe it's what, $20 a month or whatever, what is it, 67 cents a day, he says. Oh, Max is here. He's also, have you connected with him, Curtis? He's in the Pacific Northwest area also too, but I don't know how far. Did you go to Jared's meetup that one time?
No, that was a few hours away. If he does it again, I might try and go.
Okay, because Max,
Yeah, Max is
yeah,
outside.
he's in the trades also. So he says, I make more money in my trade than any of my siblings or cousins that have been in college. Yep. And there's a Kyle's channel, and BuzzTune is here. He says, "Hey, family." So he looks like he's coming in from someone else's channel. So he may have hopped on Jack's or Curtis's channel. But what's up, BuzzTune? Yeah. So anything else you guys want to wrap it up? You want to say any Happy New Year's or any goals for 2025 you want to set? Put it on live camera so that people can hold you accountable before we wrap things up.
I'll do one. Video will be released December 31st. It took me 12 times to record it, but I was been trying to do it live, but I keep coughing or burping, so I'm like, okay, I got it.
So is that 2024 or 2025?
You're funny. 2024 for sure.
Okay.
Well, VT, I am on LinkedIn. I'm not sure if the others are. I believe I might be the only one on LinkedIn. Max says I might have to schedule another meetup then. All right, Max, that's your goal for 2025, another meetup. He said he'd love to meet Curtis probably. And Max talking about is, yeah. Oh, Joe. Joe is special, but we said Trump won, so we can say retard again. So, but yeah, this was a fun one. I think everything worked out well. Jack kept things entertaining, dropping stuff, going off camera. But VT,
spilling coffee all over the
Blackish,
floor.
yeah, VT, Blackish Cracker, always stop on in. You guys are welcome. Always chime in. LinkedIn. Look under Mark Oshiro, Mark with a C. I'll probably pop up on your LinkedIn with that. One last thing. I am a firefighter who was on Instagram, reached out to me. He saw us doing a live the other day. He's Fireman Flips. I'm gonna have him on soon, but I think he's doing some cool stuff. So he said he is doing what is he doing? He is doing rent by the room for like homeless. Oh wait, I currently do housing affordability rent by room model for people who are facing homelessness.
Nice.
So I think that's going to be a cool interview, and he's going to have a lot of people reaching out to him. But yeah, that's going to be my next interview, and then we'll get another live coming 2025. And if everyone out there, have a happy New Year, be safe, and thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in school.
See ya.
See you.
Thanks. Happy New Year.